He said he was in like a lounge kind of pub, like jazz club kind of vibe. And he was sitting there and his friends were just drinking like, I think it was wine or whatever, like margaritas. They weren't getting drunk or anything, but they're all Christians there. And then he heard the Lord tell him, can you tell the difference between you and anybody else in this room? Basically, he was at the bar area. And he's like, I couldn't tell the difference. If I was somebody, I'm not giving any example of being a Christian in the slightest. Like you couldn't tell the difference between my life and his just by looking at this room right now. So then he was immediately convicted and then stopped drinking. So I think that also points out because you both talked about like being a leader and not drinking because you're setting example. You have a bigger responsibility than somebody else. But I also think the appearance of evil is a verse that I want to go off of because if it's not that it is evil, but especially if you're a leader, you don't want the appearance of evil in there. I mean, even with certain things, other things, even Billy Graham, like you were talking, like you pointed out, you wanted to talk to Billy Graham. He said he wouldn't have any female secretaries if I'm
No, it wasn't that. It was he would never be alone in a room.
alone in a room with a female.
Yeah.
And that was to avoid the appearance of evil.
Yeah.
So there's many responsibilities, especially if you want to be a leader as a man, whether it's through your home or your ministry or your work or your business, and alcohol included. I think you should avoid alcohol completely. I think it's not even like that enjoyable.
Just a waste of time.
It's just a waste of your life. You're setting a worse example. You're giving people under you and justification
It's actually
excuse
poison.
to drink.
It's actually poison too.
Well,
And it's
your body-
unhealthy.
and
It's
so
not
bad
like
for
I
your
don't even
body.
You're gonna
understand.
get fat. You're like it's not good for you.
Yeah.
This thing is
No,
not
exactly.
good
So
for
bad
you.
for yourself.
It's a bunch of sugar. It's not good in any way or form. So
Alzheimer's.
if you're gonna drink,
Yeah.
in my opinion, it would be on a rare occasion. And if you're doing it the next day, you got a problem.
Yeah.
That's when you should stop.
Yeah.
So those are my thoughts on alcohol.